Kessens. I work with Tortoise Capital Advisors. At Tortoise Capital, I'm a portfolio manager and I'm also a member of our investment committee. If you're familiar with the tale of the tortoise and the hare, where the tortoise beats the hare in this kind of long distance race just by being steady, that's really where the name comes. And it's really the type of investments that we're looking for to make at Tortoise. Those investments that have visibility to cash flows over the longer term. And we think pipelines, specifically energy pipelines, represent that steady wins approach the best. Talking a lot about energy pipelines in the US, not only how they've been steady through time, but how at this particular point in time, there's really an opportunity for energy pipelines to grow more than they historically have. And that's really primarily being driven by the energy renaissance or the energy revolution that we have in the US, where we've got all this production growth. We're going to continue to have this production growth, and the demand for that increased level of production is just now starting to come online in the US, and not only in the US, but globally, in particular in the form of LNG. One thing that we've pointed out this year has been a milestone year as it relates to US energy, where for the first time we've exported crude oil, natural gas in the form of LNG, and ethane for the first time. And as it relates to the delegates here in Europe, I think that North American energy story is very new to them, very exciting, and they seem to be attracted by kind of the long-term visible nature of the cash flows from pipelines that continues to grow. Right now, we've primarily been focused just on US investors, but we recognize the opportunity and the need for more capital for energy pipelines in North America, and we want to attract other forms of capital, so we've come to Europe. We think that particularly in this type of environment where yield is so precious, particularly in Europe where you have negative interest rates for a lot of sovereign bonds, that to the extent you can offer a higher income, higher yield type product, that would reach that audience very favorable. So what we've done in Europe, just in Luxembourg, we plan to expand it to the German-speaking world, at least initially, as it relates to Europe, is we set up a UCITS fund, which is very similar to a fund that we've set up in the US, really the same overall investment strategy. And the reception from all of the audiences that I've been in has been very, very powerful, if you will. They've had great questions. I think they're interested in a little bit of the specialized nature of our fund in particular, being focused on North American energy pipelines. It's all been top-notch, first-rate, as it relates to the hotel, not only the hotel, but the overall staff, the use of technology. From my perspective, everything has gone very seamless, and having worked on the other side of that before, on the logistics side, I know that that's very hard to pull off to make everything go seamless, but from everything, the food, the technology, the speaker, all has been brilliant in my mind.